Next up on my NBA preview spectacular of the Southwest Division, where it's still here, is the Memphis Grizzlies. Last year, went from grit and grind to mash unit. I think they set a record for the most NBA players for a team that made the playoffs or in general. But anyways, so what happened last year? Dave Yeager got fired after they got all those injuries, and it was a bizarre situation with him his entire tenure. Remember, they let their most successful head coach go, Lionel Hollins, because they were going analytics and John Hollinger, and this is a team that has one of the more bizarre ownership structures where they were like, okay, we're going to let Lionel Hollins go. They promoted Dave Yeager. First year in, things don't go as well as expected. And then they're like, you can go ahead and interview for the Minnesota job if you want to. Then they bring him back. And then this year, apparently, he's behind their backs. He's sneaking out and sending out feelers for Sacramento, which is basically his way of saying, hey, I want to coach for 1 year and then get paid for 4, or maybe coach 2 years, year and a half, whatever, at Sacramento, and then get paid for 4 because, the Kings are crazy. But, I mean, with all the injuries and the bizarreness and everything that's going on with this team, they still managed to make the playoffs. I mean, while they had the heart to try to compete, they simply did not have the firepower because of, as I stated several times, of the injuries. This year, they hope to be healthier. They hope Mike Conley will be healthier, who's the highest paid player, or was the highest paid player for a little bit in the NBA when he signed his contract. And I think he's going from underrated to overrated because of that. I think you can make the case for that. Marc Gasol, having him back. Zach Randolph going from the starting role and leaving way for Green, or JaMychal Green. And they said, oh, it's going to be, first-year head coach David Fizdale saying, oh, it's going to be a coach of a sixth man of the year type of a deal. This is clearly they're phasing him out, and they're maybe phasing out their style after trying to do so. I'm saying that we're going to, and then realizing, oh, right, our team is not constructed that way. But aside of staying healthy, aside of having their veterans kind of lead them to this, perhaps back to the playoffs, this is a team that's really done a poor job when it comes to youth. But they do have some couple of interesting players potentially down the road. They got Deontay Davis in the second round. This is a guy that was being hyped as possibly being a lottery pick, top 10 pick, and he just slid all the way down to them. He's a developmental type player. He's a rebounder, shot blocker, running the floor type of a guy. But you look at the rest of the roster and you're looking for, okay, who can step up and make plays for them for this team that desperately needs it, and it's like nothing. It just seemed like, they drafted Adams a few years ago, and you're not really hearing about him over the past couple of seasons, and you're like, what's going on with this team? Why are they not taking the necessary step to build for the future for a team that said we are about the future, we are about analytics? You think you may want to worry about that, but the way they went about it leaves a lot to be desired. They may make the playoffs again, but it's not going to be a long stay like last year. The Warriors and the Spurs are just too good for anyone else, potentially, to even win a game. These are just sweeps outright. Maybe a gentleman sweep with the Warriors, but the Spurs, they seem to be all about business, and maybe it's better off not making the playoffs and getting younger and more athletic. Bye.